1220 Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. This is your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. First for me, interviewing a comic expert, a gaming expert, someone that just is passionate about that industry, Kirk Yeager. Kirk Yeager.
You're being kind.
Yes, thank you. Is the entrepreneur at Paper Heroes Comics. Tell me about Paper Heroes Comics.
Well, we're basically a comic book and gaming store, so it's kind of misleading. The name is misleading, but we actually do a lot of our business is actually the specialty games, like common person's not going to know all this stuff, but Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be more familiar to a lot of people, Pokemon, but we also do a lot of specialty games like Munchkin, 40K, Warhammer 40K, sorry, and a lot of unique games along that line. So stuff that you won't find in like Toys R Us. We have everything else.
You have that, and those that are passionate about it love this stuff. Now, tell me about your passion, because your passion started when you were young.
Yeah, when I was younger, my passion actually started with comic books, and I had a learning disability which did not allow me to read.
I love you said you had, because you conquered it.
I did, with comic books.
Yeah, either you conquered it or you felt like you conquered it, which is so important.
Well, the thing is, I went to classes to try and fix this disability, and it just didn't work, and it was more along the lines frustrating for me, and then I was in junior high. That's how old I was. I found a comic book on the ground, took it home. Loved the art, but I was having difficulty getting through the story, and I was staying with my grandparents because my parents were on vacation, and my grandmother helped me get through the comic, and I was like, oh my God, I need to read more. And so I read that comic book 100 times over, and then I needed more. So I started getting more and more, and then going into new comics and reading new stories, and I was just enthralled. And then as soon as I was comfortable reading again, I started reading novels. I started, reading newspapers. I started reading a lot more.
So you used comics
as a platform.
You became passionate about it, and it really helped the rest of your life.
It did. Actually, 100% did.
Yeah. Exciting. Tell us about some of the events you host.
We actually host like competitive Magic, which is Magic the Gathering is a card game, which is the best way to describe it is it's poker and chess.
Is that Friday night Magic?
Friday Night Magic, yes. And we host a competitive Monday night draft, which we did last night. And we just did a 2.5K event last Sunday.
What's that?
A 2.5K event is basically a Magic the Gathering event where we have hundreds of people show up, and they play in a huge auditorium, basically. And the winner that comes out on top, wins. It was $700, $400, and it all brackets down to $2,500.
So this is some people's just passion.
There are people that actually play this as a living, yes. They play it as a living.
And then you get started as a kid just for something to do.
That's what it is. The Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, because there's a secondary market value, it kind of drives it. So when a kid pulls out a card that's worth $10, they get super excited. And they only paid $3 for it. So there's that kind of thing that pushes the game. And that's why it's actually rapidly becoming one of the biggest card games in the world.
Kirk, those that want to reach out to your store and go into your store and really see what it's all about, Paper Heroes Comics, where are you located?
We're located at the corner of Bouquet and Seco. It's 26771 Bouquet Canyon.
26771 Bouquet.
Yes, and if people have been out here as long as I have, they'll know it was where the Shakey's was.
Oh, yes.
Everyone knows where that was.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Yeager from Paper Heroes Comics. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. This is your chairman, Fred Arnold, on AM 1220 KHTS.